version.
You grew one this big?
I grew one.
You have a great garden.
I have a great garden. This is actually a large scale of what we're going to talk about today so that people can understand that all flowers go to seed. They may start out looking like this, but at one point they're going to look like that. And going to seed can actually be a really good thing. With seed packets costing up to $1 a piece or more, a lot of people see flowers as an extravagance, something that they may not be able to afford. This small bushel of sweet peas that I dried in my yard, if you look carefully, you can see about 5 or 6 pods here which contain more seeds than this packet, and this was free, just by drying them from my own yard.
And nothing else needs to be done with them.
Nothing else.
Plant them
exactly.
Right from the...
And one of the fun ways to do that is to take like a screen like this, and as you harvest your flowers, you can lay them out on a screen and just take another screen to put over the top so that the wind doesn't blow them away, and then you're ready to harvest and keep them in a little brown paper sack. And if you're wondering if they work, take a look, because I did this last week, and they do really work. They're already sprouting. So what I brought today are some of the most common varieties of things you're going to see in your garden. And to begin with, daisies are so simple, whether they're the small blue ones like the Felicia up here, or the Gaillardia, which are also kind of showy, or even the Gerbera up front. All you have to do is simply allow your flower to go to seed. And what I mean by that is let the petals fall off, and rather than deadheading it to produce more blooms, which you will do if you want more flowers, allow a few of them to go to seed. And then it will show you a close-up of how you can break these seeds up very carefully with your hands, and each one of those, believe it or not, is going to produce a flower for you. That's the Gaillardia, and then we also have a Gerbera daisy that we broke up. Hundreds and hundreds of flowers in your garden from that. Even something as simple as this bachelor button that looks spent like this, Beth, as I pick this up.
Those are the
Hold your hand out and look how cute those are, all the seeds.
Now, how many seasons, if we get a multitude of seeds, and I'm not going to plant all these seeds, can you save them?
At least 2 seasons ahead.
Great.
And they produce so many seeds that you can actually have lots and lots of these flowers covering acres if you save maybe a small 3 by 3 foot patch, enough to cover a whole acre.
Next time you blow on that dandelion, think how many plants
you're going to spread all over. Exactly. Same with marigolds. Remember that the deadheads are exactly just that. They're the flower heads. And then flowers that bloom sequentially up the stalk like this foxglove, you can just take the stalk off like this, and then we'll go to a close-up again and show you what these little flower heads look like. Here's a foxglove right now, and what we're going to do is take a small knife and split it open before it dries to turn brown, and you will see hundreds and hundreds of seeds in there again. So allow it to turn brown. That's part of the process. Same with the larkspur. As they look beautiful like this and then start to fade, you'll see these small pouches up front. And these small pouches, again, are what you want to cut to take the seeds out. And here you see the seeds popping out one by one. So there's enough for at least 10 of those giant delphinium or larkspur that you like to grow at home. Now here's something that a lot of people have in their garden, and in very severe climates they're going to die back. Fuchsias, but believe it or not, again, if you take this flower and allow it to grow, you're going to find that once the flower drops, you'll find a small berry-like pod. Exactly. If you allow this to dry and turn brown, again, there are the seeds inside. So you can propagate year after year and thereby increase the size of your garden.
To dry? Are we talking about days or weeks?
We're talking about 7 to 10 days usually to dry. Make sure it's thoroughly dry, and don't put them in anything plastic because that holds the humidity and then the seeds will spoil. Poppies are another really easy one to take, and they're kind of expensive to buy. So when you deadhead, when you deadhead the flower, what you save is this little brown stem. We've got a shot of this where we're cutting it open, and you'll see just hundreds of these seeds coming out. They look exactly like the poppy seeds you're going to find on your roll at the bakery. Believe it or not, and those are what you save, again, to plant right into the ground. And all you have to do is...
Or cook with, right?
Or cook with. Just make a little hole into the soil with your finger and put it back in the earth, and they'll come up in the spring. And lastly, there are different things, like I showed you the pods for the sweet peas. Nasturtiums have a pod that's very interesting, and as the flower fades, you can see the petals fading. There is the little pod with 3 seeds.
3 of them.
On camera, we're going to show you how. Now, remember, these should be brown before you do this, but we wanted to show you how the seed lives inside of this small little pod. There it is, and that's the seed that will produce lots of nasturtiums. Remember, they're edible, too, so you can garnish your flowers with nasturtiums, or garnish your salads.
Keely, thank you.
Oh, and since they're so inexpensive, you don't even use shelves.
What?
I'll show you.
Now you've really hit your stride now.
Here's all you need. Some ribbon, or some cord, or some just ordinary twine. and a curtain ring, or even a shower curtain ring, which is what I use because that's what I have.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to put them together.
All right, now before we start, we should let everybody know that information on these shelves will be in newsletter number 188. That's 188, P.O. Box 92719, Rochester, New York, 14692, and just send $2. All right, where do we start?
Well, we start with, I'm doing the fancy version, so I'm using Girl Grain ribbon here, and we're just going, I sewed a strip of it into a loop. And I almost scooped because I almost made the strips a little short for what I want to use
What are you doing?
I'm putting this through here. I'm attaching it with what is called a lark's head knot, but all of us know how to do that one. Anyway, you pull it through.
Say that again, a lark's
A
head
lark's
knot?
head knot, yes.
Okay.
Those who do macrame, I think that's what it's called. Okay, so now I have my thing with my 2 loops on it, and that's it. I did this 1,000 years ago just to hang shelves or to hang trays and placemats on the wall in the kitchen. Here's what I mean when I said I almost cut them too short. Anyway, this is the way it works.
See, I thought it was going to turn like this, and then you put stuff on it.
No, but I tell you what I discovered. I was doing this in my craft area, and here I just stapled a couple of hunks of ribbon together, and saw, look at, I can stack all sorts of things in there.
What a great idea for Christmas paper, birthday paper.
You're right with me, Gary. I was doing all my contact in there, and I thought, yeah, you're right. Gift wrapping paper.
Dandy idea, because generally it goes under the bed, right?
Or even in the kitchen with all the different, you know, your wax paper, your aluminum foil, and the whole shot. Then I thought, well, if it can do all that without even a shelf in there, hey, let's put a shelf in.
Okay.
Not only did I put a shelf in, but now I didn't want those, the cords hanging this way, so I put holes, actually. You don't need the holes, but I wanted to secure it, so I drilled a couple of holes in here.
And you ran the string all the way through.
This is just twine, ordinary twine.
Okay.
And then,
great idea.
Now look at, if you're going to see the kids in the dorm rooms and they don't have any money and they have to, all right, here, did the same thing. I used leather and I used 3 straps. And the thing, if you're going to do more than, or 3 shells, if you're going to do more than 1, then you want to hold them up. So I just knotted it, just knots underneath here to hold it all the way down. And then I thought, well, now wait a minute. How about the bathroom?
You did a lot of thinking.
Yeah. This is just from the hardware store, some sheets of plexiglass.
Yeah.
Get the 1/4-inch thick kind if you use plexiglass, so it isn't going to bend. And some nice little cords. You can even make this fancy. I started out, actually, with the shower curtain things and put little beads on them that would go. So there are all different sorts of ways you can use this basic idea.
Now, depending upon what you're going to put on the shelf, that will determine what kind of hooks you screw in the wall, right?
Well, either nails or, in this case, because we want it to look a little nicer, these are cup hooks, and you can get some even fancy ones. I like the nails better because you can get it up closer, but this works great.
Okay, Carol
Does the
Duvall, what a
job.
wonderful at-home project.
I thought